guys, Matt, Irontrap Garage, and today we're going to do a fun little quick video on working on the little Cushman I got that I nicknamed the Swamp Cush. So last time we did a little video, Andrew did a ton of work on that thing to get it blown apart and kind of just figure out what it needed and how bad it was. Since then, ordered a bunch of parts from Coker, a bunch of places on eBay, wherever. I just kind of price shopped and found some really cheap parts. I had maybe 50 or 70 bucks total into what we needed to, I hope, get this thing rolling. So I'm going to get Andrew busy on cleaning up some of the wheels and stuff, and I'm going to work on a couple other things, and hopefully we'll have this thing together and rolling around at least here shortly. So let's get started. Alright guys, so I know we're doing a pretty simple project here, just putting the wheels together, painting them, getting the tires on, etc., etc. Nothing that's groundbreaking, but something I thought was cool that you guys would run into when you're working on old junk is I don't have a tap for these this large fine thread that this axle is, or rather a guy, that would go on here and clean up the threads. They're kind of, just from having a lug nut on them for so long, or an axle nut, they are kind of boogered up, and just the axle nut isn't going on very easily. And I know when I go to put it back onto the scooter, it's going to give me problems. So what I have here is a little tool I picked up from Eastwood. It is a universal thread chaser. It's pretty handy. So if you don't have a die to put it on there and cut to kind of fix your threads, this thing will clean the threads up. It'll kind of help correct them, and it is really easy to use. It has an adjustment. It kind of flops around here, but basically it's adjustable. You can space it out by the thread count so that it matches. You tighten this knob down here on, and you turn it basically off, and it will cut the threads or clean them up as it goes, because it keeps the spacing the same throughout once you lock it in on two of the threads. So you need at least a couple of good threads to be able to clean them up. You can't use something that the threads are just pulled off, but you can clean it up in a situation like this where the threads are there, they're just kind of rusty and there's crud in the threads and everything like that. So this is a quick way that you can clean them up, run a nut back and forth, and put some anti-seize on it, or grease, run the nut back and forth again, and you will have something that's good to use again, as long as the threads aren't missing. So I'll show you guys a little closer, and then I'm going to fix the thread on this side. I've already done the other side. Then we can throw this front wheel on, and hopefully throw the back wheel on. We'll have this thing rolling again. So, we got the Swamp Cush rolling. I found this thing in the woods. It was basically forgotten and about to be scrapped. Couldn't bear to see that happen, so I brought it home and we got everything rolling. So everything was seized on this thing. If you guys missed the last episode, Andrew worked pretty hard to get the steering freed up, get the wheels off, break all the wheels apart. All we've really done at this point as far as money spent is I bought a front wheel from Coker, just a plain steel wheel that was pretty cheap. Bought a set of tires and tubes and just did a bunch of work with the blast cabinet and greasing and redoing a bunch of stuff in the rolling section, and we have it rolling. Suspension's still decent in it. Like I said, it steers again. I made a little piece of wood for the seat so we could sit on it. I remounted the body how it was supposed to be mounted. I put some new hardware in it, so that's nice and secure. And I mean, you just saw I rolled it. It's pretty cool. It's fun. Little projects like this are what kind of keeps me occupied when I get a little stalled on another project. So like the T right now, I'm kind of working on some doors and struggling a little bit, so I wanted to take a step back, take a break from it, making the doors. So I figured tonight I would just work on this, finish up some of the stuff that Andrew was doing, and I got the thing back on the ground, got some wheels on it. I got the brake pedal all freed up now, so we can reconnect the brake rod. And I think I'm going to go to Harbor Freight and buy one of those cheap Predator motors that has the electric start on it so I can get the key working on this again. I'm going to get a jack shaft and some of that stuff from the one small engine place that's not too far away from here. So that's all we have for this fun little episode. Hopefully not too much more work, and we should be able to ride this thing. I kind of want to just, for now, get the thing going as is, leave it rusty, just ride it around. There's a big, in August, there's a show in Macungie. There's actually two shows in Macungie, Pennsylvania in August. There's Ox Fest, which is the first weekend in August. I usually set up a swap meet booth there with the meat truck. Sometimes I'll bring one of my hot rods, and I'll sell all weekend or all week and weekend and hang out. I'd love to have this thing running so I could bop around on it in the swap meet. It would be pretty cool. So that's kind of like my little goal, is to get this thing rideable for the swap meet then. And if you're local, maybe you can come by and check it out. And that's all I got. So thanks guys for watching. As always, we do videos right now on the free T on Tuesdays, Sweetheart Roadster, whatever else I have going, or Adventures on Fridays. So please give us a like, give us a share, pass on the channel to somebody else that may enjoy this. I would really appreciate all you guys that do watch, comment, and participate. Thanks guys. Catch you later.